How's it going, guys and gals? This is Anthony, and today we are doing the SummerSlam Cleveland predictions video. As we always do, the Friday before the pay per view or premium live event, as they are called now, we're here to review, not review, but predict what may happen during the 7 matches that are in this SummerSlam show. Obviously, I'm using the poster that Cleveland Browns Stadium put out on their website instead of the one that WWE is using with Solo Sikoa inside of the car. Because I think the car was cool for last year, and now you're overusing it. Because last year Detroit made sense. The car doesn't make sense this year, but whatever. So I think this is a more suitable poster instead of doing a rip-off of last year's. But again, I digress. There are 7 matches on this show, and we are here to say what I may think may happen. As always, if you like this content, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's go! Now, the first match that we're gonna try to predict is Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. And I decided to start with this match because I think, Sami Zayn's time with the Intercontinental title is over. And I think, they're trying to build up for Bloodline versus Bloodline at War Games. So obviously, Sami has to be a part of that because he was part of the OG Bloodline. So that means Sami, you need to put over Braun. And I think he'll do a great job trying to make Braun look like a monster. This is easy. Spear, 1, 2, 3, new Intercontinental Champion. It's as easy as that. Now this next match, Logan Paul versus LA Knight once again. This match, we were supposed to have it for WrestleMania. Now they're doing it for SummerSlam. Once again, BFT, 1, 2, 3, new United States Champion, LA Knight. Yeah. As you can see, I started with these 2 matches because these 2 matches doesn't have much to dive into. It's pretty straightforward. New champions. Here, you can play with some stuff, but I think once we saw last Friday where Naya did that bonsai drop on Bailey and pin her 1, 2, 3, I said, okay, Bailey's winning at SummerSlam. Because when they do that, it means the challenger's not winning the title. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Bailey's gonna retain the title. We may get a cash-in tease. By the way, I am filming this Friday morning. So tonight on SmackDown, remember that Nia said she was gonna give Tiffany a new briefcase, and I think we are gonna get that pink Tiffy in the bank briefcase. And we may have a cash-in tease, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because they are gonna try to make the most money possible out of that Tiffy in the bank briefcase. They're gonna try to make so much money that it's gonna be ridiculous. So cash-in tease, but Bailey retains the title. And now after I feel bad for Bailey because she's a great babyface, but there hasn't been, besides Tiffany Stratton, she hasn't had strong challengers. And I think she will finally have that strong challenger in Tiffany Stratton because I think that's the way to go. And now we start cooking. I apologize, a car was passing through with music and I had to pause the recording because of I don't want to get copyright strike. So now we get into the good stuff. Liv Morgan defends the Women's World Championship against Mommy Rhea Ripley, the lady that never lost the title. And we've seen, obviously, this story centers around Dominic, and we've seen since the beginning the beatdowns that Rhea gave Dominic, and he finally succumbed to joining the Judgment Day. So practically, Dominic uh, during the past 2 years, he's been having Stockholm syndrome. If we really look at it from a psychological standpoint, he's having Stockholm syndrome with Rhea Ripley, and Liv has just practically woken him up during her revenge tour. And obviously, helping JD and Finn become tag champions, and Damien not buying anything that Liv says because he knows that she's full of crap. And if we remember what Liv told Rhea, I'm gonna take everything from you. She already took the title. She's about to take her group, and the only thing that's left is Dominic. And you know what? Even though I love Mommy, she deserves to be betrayed at SummerSlam this Saturday. Dominic needs to give her the share shot here around the world. And if she bleeds, even better for what she made him suffer. Liv covers 1, 2, 3. Liv retains the title. Dominic finally gets out of the Stockholm syndrome, and now Rhea has to pay for her sins. And with this Judgment Day storyline, I asked myself, man, if Adam Copeland hadn't gone to AEW, he 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 could fit right in this storyline because you would have had this new version of the Judgment Day against the originals, which would have been Edge, Rhea, and Damien. Remember, the three of them were the OGs. So we could have had the same thing that they're doing with the Bloodline with the Judgment Day. But unfortunately, Adam decided to be a crazy MF and broke his leg in the company based in Jacksonville, Florida. But I think Liv retains here and goes away with Dum Dum, while Rhea starts to pay for her sins on the road to WrestleMania 41. And I'm gonna predict something here. If Rhea loses here, which I think she will she will win the 2025 Royal Rumble match. I guarantee you that because if you remember, 2023 they chose the SmackDown Women's title. The SmackDown Women's title became the Women's World title because it has the same lineage. So that title became the Women's World title, and the WWE Women's title was the Raw Women's title. So the SmackDown that Bayley has follows that same lineage. So that means whoever wins the Rumble is gonna challenge the Women's World Champion. So I think Rhea has to win, but this time she's gonna win it as a babyface, entering number one, just like she did last year. And that's the road to WrestleMania 41. In another match, oh wait, let's leave this one for later. We need to go to this one. Damian Priest, Puerto Rican Pride against the General Gunther. Man, Man, I know that Ludwig Kaiser has broken ribs, but I I pray to God that he could be at SummerSlam just for him to announce Gunther. I think that will be great. I think that will be great. You know, when he says the epitome of efficiency. Man, we need that. But this match also hard to predict because it also ties in with the Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley story. Is Finn Balor gonna turn on Damian Priest? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If with what we're seeing on television. And the thing is, do you have Gunther winning here also? Because I mean, do you have Gunther going as champion to Germany? Because for people are gonna know, Germany has a big Austrian population because they are border. Uh, Germany shares the border with Austria, so and there's a big Austrian community in Germany. So he will be practically the local hero. And if he wins the title, are you gonna book him like a babyface for a month, just like you did with Rhea on the road to Elimination Chamber? But with Rhea, you could do it because even though she was a heel, you could you you were able for 1 month book her as a babyface because people were already buying her. Will people buy Gunther as a babyface for 1 month? That's the thing that I ask myself. Even though I think it's Gunther's time, I think Gunther wins, but Gunther wins in Germany. The winner of this match by a disqualification, Gunther. I don't see Damian Priest losing here. And if he does, hey, perfect. But I think that, I mean, even though I think Gunther should win here, Finn Balor also has beef with Gunther because of what happened on Monday. So he may so he may want to take revenge. And also, remember, Kaiser and Gunther kicked out Vinci out of Imperium. Is Vinci still under contract? Let me check. I'll be right back. Okay, so Vinci was drafted to SmackDown in the draft, and we haven't seen him since because he was kicked out by Imperium. He was kicked out of Imperium by Kaiser, and then we haven't seen him since, if I remember correctly. Are they gonna have? Did they do that on purpose to make us think that Gunther's gonna win, and then Vinci swoops in and costs him the title? So Gunther could have more sympathy in Germany, and then he wins the title there, just like they did between Drew and Damien. Let's see what happens, but I think this one could go either way because I can see people saying, okay, Gunther's time is now, but I can understand the thinking behind the thought of saying, oh, okay, let's have Gunther win in Germany. For me, I am literally 50-50 on this one. So I think whatever happens, happens. And now we can talk about this one. They haven't even touched inside of a ring, and this feud has been perfect. Man, Drew McIntyre went from possibly wrestling Sami Zayn on WrestleMania, and then after that having no direction, to practically the best run of his career, possibly. I I think this is number two because number one, I mean, is when he won the WWE title from Brock Lesnar. I think that has to be number one. But this one is number two, and if he has a lengthy a length, a length. I mean, if he has a good length of a world title run, this may be the best run of his career. But CM Punk in his first singles match in a WWE ring since January 20th, 2014, when he wrestled Billy Gunn on an episode of Raw, and then he wrestled the Rumble. Kane chokeslammed him, and we didn't see him on WWE programming until Survivor Series 2023. And Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. My personal opinion is that Seth Rollins is here taking space. He is not needed in this situation, and they just shoehorn him. Because guess what? They have nothing for him to do because of the stipulation and Money in the Bank, where if he didn't win the title, the he couldn't challenge for that title while Damian Priest was champion. So it's like, oh, we got nothing for you. Let's put you here because that's how it feels like. It shouldn't feel that way, but it feels like that. I mean, this feud started because of the Punk triceps injury at the Rumble when he received the Future Shock DDT, and ever since then, Punk has screwed Drew McIntyre over, mostly because of Drew's stupidity. He's an idiot. The storyline here: I am screwing you over because you're an idiot, Drew. That is literally the angle, and it's perfect. Because if Drew McIntyre had kept his mouth shut on WrestleMania 40, Punk wouldn't have attacked him, and Damian Priest wouldn't have cashed in that contract. Then he beat the hell. Then Punk prevented him from challenging for the title at Backlash. Then a Clash at the Castle after, you know, Drew mentioning Punk's wife, AJ Lee, and Doug Larry. Punk said, okay, I'm gonna screw you over in front of your family. But if you remember that night, in one of the draft nights, Punk said, I'm gonna make your life a living hell for making mine one. I don't care if I even have to go to your country. And guess what? He did. And cost him the title there. And then, we saw what happened on SmackDown, where Punk was all busted open. He was busted open, and Drew just left him laying in Chicago. In Chicago. So, this has been a. This has been. This. This is like the Mega Powers wanting to explode on WrestleMania 5. I know that storyline was perfect, but I'm just trying to say, like, you feel that these two guys want to beat the hell out of each other, just like Savage and Hogan wanted to do on WrestleMania 5. So Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. What do I think may happen? I mean, I think what may happen is SummerSlam 1997. Punk spits in Seth Rollins' face. He goes to hit him with a chair. Punk ducks, and Drew McIntyre gets the chair shot. 1, 2, 3. Punk wins. And then in Berlin, in Germany, Drew McIntyre squashes Seth Rollins in under 50 seconds. And that leads us to Hell in a Cell. in Atlanta to Bad Blood. But but I think that's I, but I also think that you could do that with Rollins hitting Punk in, Drew provoking Rollins, and then he accidentally hits Punk and is forced to count the 1, 2, 3. So what I think what may happen is Drew wins his first match. I have an old school mentality in this regard where the bad guy always has to win the first match of the feud. Always. Always. And then we got Punk and Rollins at Berlin. And then we get in Bad Blood in Atlanta, Punk and McIntyre 2 inside Hell in a Cell, and Punk's win there. And then we start the build up for WrestleMania 41 between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. The match that was gonna happen on WrestleMania 40 because CM Punk confirmed that in the Ariel Helwani interview. So this is the starting point of WrestleMania 41. Just like it was last year for the Usos, remember? The build up for the Usos match started in SummerSlam last year for their match this year at WrestleMania 40. So I think Drew McIntyre wins this one. And obviously we did. Let me check. Okay, yeah, I said Braun was gonna become new champion. LA Knight becomes the new champion. Bayley retains. Liv retains. Drew McIntyre wins. This one I am on a little 50-50. And now we come to the main event of the evening. The Cuban American Christ. The American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes defends the WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa. But before I continue, I was, on WWE.com downloading these pictures, right? So I could use them for this predictions video. And I'm like, in WWE.com, Cody Rhodes appears as both the WWE Champion and the Universal Champion. So technically, he's a double champion. So technically, we have 3 world titles in WWE. And I'm talking about the main roster specifically. Is he a double champion? Because I thought that the Universal title was retired. That's just my opinion. I think they should just call it WWE Champion or they should just call it the WWE Championship and just like definitely retire the Universal title because we already have the World Heavyweight title. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's literally way too much off topic. Let's concentrate in this match. As you can see, last Friday we saw Cody Rhodes doing that promo from Japan, saying that he's gonna go at it alone against Solo Sikoa with help from nobody at SummerSlam. And I think he may have some help because tonight on SmackDown, because I am filming this early Friday morning. Tonight on SmackDown, we have Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa against Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu for the WWE Tag Team titles. What I'm thinking what may happen here is Jimmy Uso comes back. I was born a king, take it back. Sounds on the arena, the people pop. Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Solo look, they're like, what the hell is going on? And like the Ciampa and Gargano, they do the 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 FTR finisher from when they were the Revival, the Shatter Machine. 1, 2, 3, they retain the titles, and I think this may affect into this because the possible Jimmy Uso return tonight may have something to do for when our tribal chief Roman Reigns comes back to put respect in Solo Sikoa and does the right thing to step aside the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, Triple Crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And then here we begin the build-up for War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline. And also, Cody is taken out of this story. And next Friday, hey, I'm gonna say it, RKO from out of nowhere. And that's my predictions for SummerSlam 2024 Cleveland. If you think that I'm wrong and you have other predictions, you can leave it down in the comments below. If you like this content, I have already my rise undisputed videos already. They are already programmed to drop. As you can see, this week we've had. Oops, so sorry about that. I had to stop the recording because of something fell here and I had to fix it. So I stopped the recording, but I'm back. As I was saying, if you differ with me with these predictions, leave it down on the comments below. If you like this type of content, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As I always say before finishing the video, cherish the moments with your loved ones. Bury hatchets, create beautiful memories because life's too short, but memories, they will always last a lifetime. As always, this is Anthony signing off. Bye bye.